Diane in Denmark here. I hope you've got a wee cup of coffee or some water, or maybe you're going to fold some laundry or do a wee bit of decluttering in your bedroom, a wee spot of cleaning. This is going to be a chat video. I'm not cleaning or decluttering today, but I wanted to do an update on the dressing your truth thing that I had mentioned. Now, in the last video, I seemed to kind of open up a can of worms or Pandora's box. I have never had so many thumbs down in a video in all the videos that I've made, and it's quite funny. Listen, don't worry about it, because I don't take these things to heart. But as I've always said to you, I am not here to, this is not a business for me being on YouTube. I'm here to be your cheerleader, to help you get organised, hopefully to inspire you to get out and do other things that, you know, maybe the clutter and the cleaning has been holding you back from. And I always say to you, you know, I never say that, you know, please subscribe to my channel or thumbs up or thumbs down. So just bear that in mind. I'm trying something new here. If you don't like it or it's not your taste, then that's fine. You don't need to do it, you know, and I'm doing this thing for me. But, you know, if you don't have anything positive to say, then, you know, as I said before, that this is a positive place here where we're not doing grumpy comments and whatever. So anyway, but most of the comments were fantastic, and thanks for all the feedback, and you'll like the new hair. A couple of things, it's funny because people have thought, well, I also got the comment had plastic surgery done, which was really the funniest compliment. But I haven't changed the colour of my hair. You can see I have a lot of grey coming in. The only thing that I've changed is I've gone back to a hairstyle that I actually used to have when I was in my 30s. Which is the same type of bob thing, but it's layered. And when I made the change from the very straight bob to the kind of fluffy bob, you know, the first couple of days was, you know, because it was a big change for me. But actually now, I only got my hair cut 4 weeks ago, and I'm already feeling like it's really heavy, so I want to get more cut off. So anyway, back to the dressing your truth thing. I just wanted to give you a little update of how things have gone since I last checked in with you. And there are quite a few comments about, oh, you know, don't put yourself into a box, and maybe that you preferred my style before. And I just want to say to you, I'm doing this for me. And I mentioned before that I had been going too far over into my, what they call secondary energy and the dressing your truth thing. And I had lost a bit of that sparkle from the old Diane. So I'm actually getting back to how I used to be before we had, you know, the serious illness in the family, and before I was, you know, just got the blinkers on and going full on with my routines, and because that was the only thing that I could control. So the dressing your truth thing hasn't put me into a box. It's actually and I mentioned this to, you know, Carol Tuttle. She's actually helped me to lift the lid off of the box that I've kind of put myself in the last 10 years. So, and since I discovered that I am a type 1, which is kind of cheerleader and upbeat, positive, I feel I've been able to go a bit more crazy again with things, and it's really lifted a weight from my shoulders. And if you watch me, if you see my posts on Instagram, you'll know that, you know, even last weekend I was posting that I was going to a silver wedding anniversary of good friends of ours, and whenever I meet up with the groom, you know, we always end up dancing on tables together. It's become this kind of tradition. And people said, how did you ever think you're a type 4? Because type 4s would probably not dance on tables. And when I look back now, I'm finding all the clues that, yes, of course, I'm a type 1. But I had kind of lost my way a bit. The same with what I've always said about the Flylady system. You know, I like to have things, you know, nice at home, but I had lost my way. And, you know, when the kids came along, you kind of lose the plot a bit, and it's nice to get back to how you know, the good days were. So anyway, I've got a few notes because I had a lot of questions. First thing was, I said one of the first things that I thought was, oh no, getting rid of all the black. Now that was a joke, because as you've seen, you've seen my videos before where I've been talking about what I've got in my wardrobe, and I've always said black doesn't look good, close to my face. So I kind of keep black on the bottom, or it had to be a very shiny black. And I know that wearing black for me, it takes an awful lot of work to make it, function. Like if I wear black, I really have to have the full makeup going and the big jewelry, and I can see now it takes too much effort to make it work. So that's if you're struggling about letting go of your black, think about how much it takes to actually make it look good on you. And black doesn't look good on me, especially not near my face. And now if I take anything black near my face, I think, oh, I look like death warmed up, even when I'm not feeling like death warmed up. But I thought you should have a wee look here now. Once Carol gave me this clue bomb that I am a 1-4 and not a 4-1, for all of those who know that terminology. And I started decluttering, and I've been decluttering just a few minutes a day. And I decided to go and like in the Flylady system, I went with the easy things first. I looked at all the black items that I haven't worn for a long time, and I can tell you in those bags there's stuff that I've had since probably 32, 33 years ago. One of them is a little velvet kind of bolero style jacket that I've had since I was a teenager, and I've kind of kept it because it's black, it's classic. I haven't worn it. Maybe I wore it to a fancy dress with something once. Anyway, the whole point of me doing this dressing your truth thing was to be able to declutter and let go of all these items that I've been hanging on to, and I wasn't sure what to keep. Now it's really easy to know what to keep, because I've got my wee cards. I've mentioned, if you sign up for the what's it called, pattern guides, if you sign up for that, you get these cards, and these have been so useful. Also because I've rediscovered a lot of things in my wardrobe. If you see my Instagram posting, you'll get more of the story about it. But I've rediscovered tops and cardigans that I've had, say 10 years ago, that I was wearing all the time, and I'd maybe taken over to the summer house because I kind of got fed up with wearing them. And I'm wearing them again, and everybody thinks they're fantastic colours, and they are my colours. So I was on the right path before, kind of veered off into T4 land, which is like the really full-on stuff, which is too much for me. But so I've been doing the easy things first, all the black items that I haven't worn for a really long time. And the other thing with the black is I found the lifestyle videos are really helpful, because I haven't thrown away all the black. I've got a box up in the top of my wardrobe, and in there I've kept one kind of officey pair of black trousers and one fancy pair of black trousers. In fact, those were the two black trousers that I actually wore, and a couple of black jackets and my favourite black jewellery, the things that I was really attached to. And I'm keeping those because if I have to, hopefully not, go to a funeral, or in the lifestyle videos, I think the lady Marcy, she mentioned that if you're invited to a black and white fancy dress party, you're not going to say, well, I can't come to the party because it's not in my colour. So I've kept a few things, and also my daughter might want them. I found out my daughter, she's actually a T4, and she's been decluttering as well, and some of her T1 things have come to me, and some of my things have gone to her. So it's all working out fine. So I've kept some of the black thing, and I'll keep like one pair of black shoes, as I said, for any of those kind of somber occasions, or if it's some kind of gala fest where it is, you know, black and white. We have to go in black and white. But then, you know, I can still wear, you know, my gold jewellery, or I take a gold handbag, and, you know, kind of get around it that way. So I have kept some of the black, but most of it, you can see, I've got like 4 big IKEA bags there. And in there, it's basically black things, the things that I know that I won't be wearing again. And also, because I was in the wardrobe, I thought, oh, why have I been hanging on to this item? So it makes the decluttering process really, really easy, because I've got these cards now. And I've discovered that most of the items that I have that I like are T1 and T4. So I'm not getting rid of, I mean, you don't get rid of the stuff that you like, but I can make some of the T4 things that I have, I can make it work by adding, you know, I've already changed the hairstyle and the makeup, so I can kind of drag them over into my area, so it still works. So I'm not throwing out stuff that I like, but I'm really being able to let go of all the stuff that I've had for so long, and I was just hanging on to, because, well, you know, you've got to have a black dress, and, well, yeah, maybe you need to have one black dress, but you don't need to have like 15 black dresses and 3 black skirts, and I don't know how many pairs of black trousers, and most of them just didn't fit properly. So anyway, what was the other thing? Hold on, I had to make a few notes because there were so many questions. Yeah, it's also been a bit of, you know, a scary process. It's something new for me. And also, that's why I'm saying to you, you know, you've got to give me time to adjust to this. You might not like my new style right now, but I'm finding my way, and this is what I want. I want to, you know, get rid of all the surplus stuff that I've been hanging on to for so long, and get back to who I was before, you know, the more bubbly personality. And all the questions about, oh, you know, you've dived into dressing your truth. I've seen you in the Facebook groups there. It's like, you know, I told you, lot, don't go buying anything, and then you're all in there as well. For those of you who are still on the fence about what type you are, I can only say to you, don't make the mistake I did of, you know, I went into there's a free Dressing Your Truth before and after. You know, if you go into dressingyourtruth.com, there's the free before and after course. And I looked at it, and immediately I thought, oh yeah, I sounded like one, but then I kind of dismissed it, because at first glance I didn't like the clothes, I didn't like, I preferred the T4 colours. I knew very definitely I wasn't 2 or 3, so it was kind of between 1 and 4. And I had kind of jumped ahead with things, and I read the book. Oh, hold on, where is it? I've got it beside up here, beside the bed, because I'm kind of rereading it again now that I know that I'm a 1 and not a 4. And I had kind of latched onto the things in 4, because that's how I've been living for the last 10 years. I've been living like a 4. So it wasn't, you know, and everybody has a mixture of the 4 types. So if you think you're all 4 types, yes, we are all 4 types, but there's one that you lead with. So you've got to lead by your actual energy. If you're like me, and you know, you're talking with your hands, or you know, out doing stuff all the time, you know, you're probably a 1 or a 3, and it's got nothing to do with being extrovert or introvert. That was another mistake I made, thinking, you know, that I'm actually quite a shy type. You know, I like making these videos, but you know, in a group of people, and I'm really can go into panic mode until, you know, I get to know people a bit. So you can't use the introvert extrovert thing. You've really got to go by your personal energy and your facial profiling. And when I look back at the pictures now, I can see, like in most of my pictures, that I've got the wee button nose and the kind of round cheeks, the wee round thing here, and the round eyes, and what do you call them? Eyebrows. Sorry, I've been talking too much Danish today. So don't be fooled by, you know, the personality thing. The personality thing, you may, if you've had some kind of trauma, or something in your past, maybe you've actually been living according to the circumstances in the family, so that may have thrown you off track a bit. And and there was a funny thing. Oh yeah, I had so many comments about, how I always said I loved silver and I couldn't get enough silver. And when I discovered that when I realized, I shouldn't say discovered because I probably knew all along. When I realized that I was a 1, I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go into it with an open mind and, try the gold. And actually, I've got, this was a piece of junk jewellery that I bought. This was like just after Carol confirmed that I was a 1. I shouldn't say that because I know she hates, now that she said it, then it makes all true. And I knew myself I was a 1. I bought this and I really feel like it was kind of like a kind of Wonder Woman bracelet. Wonder Woman was one of my heroes when I was growing up. Wonder Woman, and I used to love Starsky and Hutch and all that stuff. But I really felt like I was Wonder Woman and pew pew, fighting off things with my golden cuffs and I've really embraced the gold jewellery, and when I see the silver stuff I'm like, no, I don't want to wear that, but I'm of course keeping my good silver jewellery because I can make it work. But at the moment I'm going whole hog with the type 1 colours. And the great thing is, of course, that you've seen it here before, that we go to clothes swap parties here, I'm in this little group of about 15-20 women where we hold clothes swaps, and I know they are going to love getting some of the items here, and I'm going to love seeing what they've got. And so I'm not having to spend any money to change into my T1 style, and I've been swapping with Vibeke. Vibeke has been going through her wardrobe, so every time we meet, we go for a skinny dip every day or every other day. I've got a bag for her. Oh, would you like this T2 stuff? And she's got stuff for me. Oh, do you think this would fit you? And so it's a fun experience, but as I say, a little bit scary, and I'm learning, and I'm still kind of working out the hair and the makeup. But you know what? Just have a little faith, and once again, if it's not your thing, nobody's asking you to do it. If this DYT thing and me doing it, if this really bothers you, perhaps you want to look inwards and think, why is it bothering you so much? Perhaps you maybe feel that there's something not quite right, and something a bit off with what's going on in your life. Maybe that's what scares you. So, but anyway, I'm really enjoying it and loving the process. And as I say, I haven't been put in a box. I'm able to get the lid off the box and really get back to the old me. The old me that was, life and soul of the party. And and type 1, as it said, is the cheerleader type, and I'm here to encourage you. So I hope that we can encourage each other. So anyway, I need to put these down into the basement because those are going downstairs for the next clothes swap party. And any other questions about it, let me know, but it's really good fun. So Diane in Denmark saying, live long and prosper, may the Danish hygge be with you, whatever type you are, and I shall see you very soon. Okay, bye for now.